So according to Manchester United fans that are watching this series, I am basically doing exactly what Manchester United do. So I am Erik Ben Haag. And if Manchester United are watching, firstly, legally, leave me alone. Secondly, I'm cheaper than him. So just probably cheaper than him. Well, you know, yeah, I'm cheaper than him. On the video with me, DoctorBenjy FM. Good to see you. I hope I find you well. Now, look here then. We are third in the league table with the North London derby of teams to play. Arsenal and Tottenham, the featured games for today's episode then. And Bruno Fernandes is the best player in the league. Mason Mount is the third best player in the league. Luke Shaw is the fourth best player in the league. Maybe I'm not Ten Hag, because this would not be happening. And since we last met in that 5-2 victory over Celtic, 3-1 win against Villa and a 4-1 win against Wolves, very good performances as well before a defeat to Sevilla in the Champions League means that is sort of touch and go really, but not really the priority, at least for this season. Like I may have picked up the Champions League in previous episodes, but not a priority right now. Getting into the top four and challenging for the league, that's kind of where I'd like us to be, especially when Liverpool have not had the scintillating start you might have expected from them, and Arsenal and City, much like last season, are actually having a really good time of it once again. But we can get a little closer today. Team-wise, we've got a bit of an issue in that I've had to rotate a little bit for these two games, as the fact that I basically went all out against Sevilla and lost. So brilliant. And we're sort of in that Manchester United spell of Luke Shaw is now too tired to play, Malacia isn't registered because of that injury, and Reguilon can't play because he's ineligible. So welcome to Diogo Dalot at left back. This was inevitably going to happen, the fourth choice. Again, quite literally what's happened to Man United this year. So here we go then. Let's say we do at home to Tottenham. Have any managers been sacked yet? Oh yeah. Hodgson, Dyche, Heckingbottom, all out. And obviously Erik Ten Hag was replaced by Erik Ben Haag. I was never going to put that in. Did I do 2 A's? Oh, again, probably legally a good move, Ben, actually. So don't worry about that too much. Completely different people, not related anyway, just similar sounding names. So that happens, guys. All right, I've just gone over the Tottenham team now. I'd quite like to see who they're playing, where and how. As here we go then. I guess we're going to see it on this screen instead. Højlund up front, then Anthony on the right-hand side, Sancho on the left, Rashford's taking a drop to the bench, Eriksen and Fernandes are in the middle. As I say, it's not our strongest lineup, and we play Arsenal in 3 days' time as well. That Tottenham team, with Lindelof at the back, I've got some hope, I've got some dreams. You can see how tight it is though. Look, 26 for Newcastle, even Villa, 24, only 3 points behind Tottenham. So a very, very closely contested Premier League season so far, as the teams come out of a random tunnel at a random ground. Right, guys? We're on that now? Good. Now, I've actually been seeing some really nice patterns of play developing this Manchester United team. The worry, of course, is that we're not at our full strength 11, and those patterns might not exist with these 11. So we'll see. As Dalot, though, seems to love scoring goals, chasing forward. A lot of deflections on this year's game. In the games I've played against Villa and Wolves recently, I think out of the 7 goals that we scored, 4 of them deflected in some fashion. So it's definitely a feature of this year's game. I think a lot of people like it though. It makes the game feel more realistic. How are you finding the deflections? Have you noticed? Do you care? Are you still in 2D? How are you still in 2D? I do like the pressing, like the running and the pressing looks a lot more natural. The way in which players turn this year is a real positive for me compared to previous seasons. The Son does quite well there, and Wan-Bissaka with his 20 tackling. Never lost a tackle, viewers. So just remember that. Dalot down the left-hand side, of course, naturally on his right foot and goes back onto it. It actually works out quite nicely for us there. As Eriksen now coming forward with it against his former team. Can he get the ball across? It deflects into the path of Rasmus, who makes it 1-0. You love to see that. It's Manchester United 1, Tottenham 0. And well, it wasn't a deflection into the goal, but it was a deflection into the path of the goal scorer, which is just as good in my eyes. As you can see then, Dalot, nice touch inside. That I do like an inverted wing-back actually on the left-hand side, a right-footer playing left-back. I've always quite liked that anyway. As you can see there, lovely finish. Good anticipation as well, by the way, from Højlund, as we take the lead. As is the case with beta, or as now we call them early access saves, as Anthony's got a massive chance here, by the way, and probably should have done a lot better. You never quite know. It's been saved, actually. You never quite know how long these saves are going to go for. So as long as I'm having fun, I would love a couple of transfer windows, of course, to get this over the line. I mentioned it a few episodes ago. My main save this year will be lower league in England, in the same vein as sort of like Thames, but not a creator club, and something more like Swindon or Salford for those that remember those glory days. But it's been a real while since we've done a save like that on this channel. So hopefully that's something you're looking forward to. I know other YouTubers do it, but do they do it like this? No. So, hi again. Right, Tottenham haven't had a shot. So, they've got 4 yellow cards. Lindelof's one of them, which is wonderful as well. And so this is, as first half goes against like a decent side, that's very good. Well done us. Look at us just fly now. Look at us motor our way to towards that top of the table. You can see as well with the way the fixtures are going, 14 games played. I keep mentioning this league table. It is so tightly contested. Of course, the games today aren't over yet, but we're in such a good position that I'm sure there are Manchester United fans going, yes, Ben, you will be losing 2-1. We can't explain why. And I'm sort of in that position now, which I've been in so many years of playing Football Manager. They haven't had a shot. Why would I change anything? They haven't had a single shot. As Christian Eriksen, Lindelof nearly chips it into one of his former teammates because he can't quite remember which shirt he's wearing. Bruno Fernandes, though, right side, does brilliantly to get around his man, puts it towards the goal. He's going to go behind for another corner. 20 minutes to go. Harry Maguire time? He's trundling up there, the number 5. We'll highlight him as well. Is he going to prod this into the back of the net to seal the game? It feels like this game would be won with a second goal. As no, actually, Ricardo does really well to claim the ball from the corner. And it's actually quite nice as well to beat a side like Tottenham and then create that separation, because otherwise, you know, a defeat here or there and suddenly you're 5th, 6th, 7th and it's panic stations. Sancho is quite tired. Bruno Fernandes is quite tired. These are boys that I have risked in a game like this. And of course, the fitness of the players is the only thing that could hamper us in a game like this. As Delo forward to Sancho, how tired is he going to be here? Well, that was a good pass. And Eriksen now, if we could slide it through. Bruno, lovely run from Anthony. It's got to be a goal. I think Højlund was offside. I don't think Anthony was. They're going to look at this. I don't think Anthony was offside, but I do think our big man up front was. We'll see what they judge this as. They're going to check the goal. I think if they punch the air, it's going to be a goal. It's not going to count. Well, let's see how close this was then, because there was definitely a Manchester United player offside, and I wasn't sure if Anthony can see. He starts his run a little later. He is. I'm fine. It's fine. If we don't win now, there'll be letters of complaint going to the PGML, MMOL, whatever they're called. Because how can that be certain? Millimetres, viewers. I'm not making any changes. Eriksen, Harry, this is your moment, mate, to seal the game at Old Trafford. At a ground like Old Trafford, to seal this. Harry! Yes! He did it! Isn't it lovely, viewers, when a plan comes together? Yes, I absolutely should have made changes, but I was not prepared to risk my mental health on making changes that might have negatively impacted the team. Lovely stuff. Also, I didn't even mention this, but no Amrabat at DM, no Casemiro. Scott McTominay's been there, and he's put in a 7.9 man of the match level performance. I would, again, revitalising players at Manchester United that are seemingly not worth the time anymore. Well, I'm proving that maybe they just are. As the game ticks on then, score if you like, Tottenham. You do not have enough time to do anything in this game, whatever. Right, but not really though. Oh, God, okay. They have scored. They're going to check this. Richarlison tried to get the ball. His hands are in the air. Richarlison doesn't know what to do with himself, as I'm pretty sure this is a goal. And well, is that going to be confirmed? Yeah, so surely not. That is their first shot. Look at that. One shot on target, one goal. A little bit too much time added at the end there, but we'll take it. A 2-1 win and happiness. Right, let's get these boys rested before we play Arsenal again in just a moment. You won a match against a player you previously sold. Eat that, Lindelof. Eat that. Wow, and I'm getting achievements. It's like Xbox in 2012. This is great. Right, all the outfield players will be rested. I assume this works as previous years. It'd be mad if it didn't. All right, FA Cup draw. Who's doing the draw? Ruud van Nistelrooy. I almost feel like as a Manchester United manager, I have to watch it. But no. Advance to the end. We're playing West Ham. I mean, as draws go in the third round, that's a relatively tricky one. But fortunately, this isn't Glory Hunter. Oh, that series has ended, by the way. I don't know if that's obvious now. I think we all need to get over that series, though. I'm sorry if you committed some time. We have to just... I've made the right choice. Right then, Manchester United versus Arsenal. As you can see, because I rested the boys, they are almost fully fit, but Sancho's actually going to come out anyway for Rashford, and Mason Mount's going to come in for Christian Eriksen, and then we'll swap those boys round in the middle. Scott McTominay, despite being listed, had a fantastic game last game, and he's not familiar with the tactics, and Casemiro is back fit, and... Oh dear, it's changed. Sorry, Scott. You can also bring Luke Shaw back in at left back. Although, again, I do quite like Delo there. I'm going to get the natural balance of Luke Shaw, I think, makes more sense. And that, then, is the team. You can see it in all its glory there. So, into this game against Arsenal. We've played them once already this season in the Cup. You didn't see it. They beat me. It was heartbreaking. Let's see if we can get them back in what I'm going to decide to be calling the replay. Liverpool fans on replays, they're obsessed. Yes, thank you. All right, then, once again, at an unknown ground. Let's see how we get on. Luckily, in the last game as well, we didn't have to call on the services of Jamie Vardy. Gabriel Jesus on the right-hand side. No Saka for Arsenal today, but the rest of the side does look pretty full strength. I didn't see the back line, but yeah, looks pretty good. So here we are then. It's Arsenal and United, and this is always a big one, isn't it? So let's see how we get on. The only team not to have lost a game, I just double check this actually, the only team not to have lost a game this season is Chelsea. 8 wins, 6 draws. We're still above them. But they could go invincible. I would love, oh my God, it'd be so good. If they go invincible but finish like 4th, that'd be amazing. Right, actually, looking at the back line, they're not at full strength. No Saliba either. And yeah, Zinchenko and Tierney not starting for Arsenal either. So this is good. And Kiwior? Do we all know who Kiwior is? Am I the only person not to know? Oh, Luke Shaw did really well to get it on Jesus there. You may not have seen it, but Casemiro slides the ball through. I think he's definitely onside, and the finish is wide. It's a rhyme, at least. Oh, my word. Well, that's a chance he simply has to take. And again, you look at that league table, a win here against Arsenal would be absolutely massive. And again, we've had some not very good results against the sides around us. Chelsea and Newcastle, you've seen them both. So that win against Tottenham is big for a few reasons. Martinelli slams it in. I think he was just offside. But my record in this series of saying when I think players are on and off has been horrendous. So let's see. I think he's just off. So goal disallowed. I got one right. Is this going to be as close as the one that we had that I dare say Anthony was onside for? Honestly, these are new as well. If you're back after a while and you're thinking, why is his face different? It's the glasses. All right, some nice shape from us here. If we could draw Arsenal into us a little bit, they're actually standing off quite nicely. Again, being the away side, you'd expect that. So Bruno's got to do a lot of work to make things happen. Marcus Rashford, he's about 20 yards out. A lovely ball to Anthony. He finds himself in that position so often, cutting in. It's the one thing he's got probably over Jadon Sancho. And again, wingers on that side will drift in a little more this time. They're not just going to stay out there on the right-hand side. They'll look for spaces. And he looks for he finds wonderful space here. Rashford just sort of takes his time a little bit here, waits for the run of Anthony, who finds himself onto it, and then that left foot, it's a perfect angle to finish either side of the goalkeeper, and does 1-0, and this could be a North London double. Immediately, they've travelled up to us, but still, you can see what it does at the top of the table. You can see our goal difference as well, really, really healthy. Eddie Nketiah driving into the penalty area. Oh, is that going to be something? They've hit the post. Harry Maguire's decided to stop defending. It's like he malfunctioned. Harry Maguire not responding. It's terrible. Bruno, though, corner. There's Harry. Oh, at the front post. They've got about 4 players around him. They know the threat that we offer now. As Anthony back out to Bruno, to Luke Shaw, all the way back to Maguire, who's not going to go on an amazing run as he dribble it into them and then smash it into the top corner. And oh, God, well, imagine. Luke Shaw, left side, though, on that left foot and played in. Oh, it's a shambles. I don't know. Was it a push? It looked pretty soft, but in my experience, a push in Football Manager means a penalty. So, let's see. It's always going to be, they didn't really need to do that. I don't think we were getting anywhere near it, to be honest, but the penalty's been awarded. VAR has confirmed the decision, and now Bruno Fernandes will step up. He won't do the little stutter because, well, reasons. But let's see then. It's a fine finish. It's Manchester United 2, Arsenal 0. We are motoring. And that is arguable, not because of the penalty, but he is, again, the best player in the Premier League this season under my stewardship. So get Ten Hag out. Put Ollie back in. I'm still a Liverpool fan. All right, Arsenal yet to register a shot on target. And yeah, we seem to now really be starting to gel. I mentioned it in the last game. This is closer to not my own voice. What's happening? I've been a bit under the weather the last few days, but it's been a case of like, no matter what, Ben, upload a YouTube video. That's where we're at right now. And that's the mentality I've not had for the last year or so. So this FM is definitely doing something to me. And I think you can see from the match engine, this is all I kind of wanted. It's a bit brighter. It feels, what's going on there? As I say, there's a lot more going on. It just feels a lot more rhythmic. So I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure people want to watch a round table of 4 people going, this is great, but we might have to do one still. Ah, yes. This is the most infuriating. This is the new thing I want gone from next year's. Get rid of this. Tells me absolutely nothing. I don't know why it's in the game. When it first came in, they went over the top. There must have been a license thing because, I don't know. What? But they've kept I don't know. At least give us the side angle of the. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask questions. Anyway, 2-0 up, and not that dissimilarly, but kind of so. We're going to bring Vardy on now up front. Sancho's going to come in for Anthony. A little bit of rotation. I know he's got the goal, but still probably worth it. Not had a great game other than the goal actually, so probably worth getting him off. But actually, on the Arsenal side, you look at that front 3, barely in the game. Really goes to say something. And I'll say it loud and proud. The Maguire-Varane partnership has been far better than when I've sort of spliced Martinez in there occasionally just to give him a game. It's 2-0. It's job done. And that's right. That's right. My arms go up as, 2-0 and really good for it. It's really interesting, actually. I'm going to, just before we go, as you see, Liverpool won, Chelsea draw again, but remain unbeaten. And on the tactics screen, there isn't a huge amount, like the only partnership that we've got really is between these two. There isn't a whole lot going on, but it just seems to work. Another game in 4 days. They come thick and fast in this December period. And I'll see you next time, maybe around January, because, and I'll leave you with this, they gave me 40 more million to spend. We have money in January to do something fun, and I look forward to it. See you then. Goodbye, everybody. That could be tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, leave a like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, by all means.